Hashtag how to stay disciplined when motivation fades. Hook. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when you don't need it, disappears when you do, and it has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not you actually succeed in life. The people who win, they figured out something different. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that is. Why this matters. Think about January 1st. Everyone's fired up. New year, new me, gym memberships sold out, journals getting bought, vision boards getting made. And then February hits. And suddenly, 80% of those people are back on the couch wondering what happened to that fire they felt just a few weeks ago. That fire was motivation. And motivation, by its very nature, is temporary. Here's the problem. Most of us have been building our entire lives around a feeling. We wait to feel ready. We wait to feel inspired. We wait to feel like doing the hard thing. And when that feeling doesn't show up, we call ourselves lazy, undisciplined, or just not cut out for it. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that nobody taught us what actually comes after motivation fades. And the answer to that question? That's what separates the people who transform their lives from the people who just talk about it. Stephen Bartlett, the founder of Social Chain and host of The Diary of a CEO, one of the biggest podcasts in the world, has spent years interviewing the most successful people on the planet. And one theme comes up again and again in those conversations. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about systems. Let's get into the science of why. The science. Study number 1, the ego depletion research. Back in 1998, psychologist Roy Baumeister ran a now famous experiment. Participants were brought into a room with 2 things on a table: fresh-baked cookies and radishes. One group was told they could eat the cookies. The other group was told they could only eat the radishes. Then both groups were given a difficult puzzle to solve. What happened? The people who had to resist the cookies, who had to use willpower to not eat them, gave up on the puzzle almost twice as fast as the people who just ate the cookies freely. What does this tell us? Willpower is a finite resource. Every time you force yourself to resist something or push through something using sheer mental effort, you're drawing from the same limited tank. And eventually, that tank runs dry. This is why discipline built on willpower alone always collapses. You're fighting your own brain. Study number 2, habit loops and the basal ganglia. MIT researchers discovered something fascinating about how habits are formed in the brain. When you repeat a behavior consistently, your brain actually starts to automate it. It moves the decision-making from the prefrontal cortex, which is the thinking, effortful part of your brain, down into the basal ganglia, which is the automatic, unconscious part. In simple terms, once something becomes a habit, it stops feeling hard. You don't think about brushing your teeth. You just do it. You don't motivate yourself to put on a seatbelt. You just do it. These actions require almost zero mental energy because your brain has automated them. This is the secret. Discipline isn't about trying harder. It's about making the right behaviors automatic. Study number 3, identity and behavior. James Clear, who has been featured on The Diary of a CEO, talks extensively about research on identity-based habit formation. And the core finding is this. People who change their identity first change their behavior more consistently than people who just try to change their behavior. What does that mean practically? There's a big difference between saying, "I'm trying to go to the gym," and saying, "I'm someone who works out." The first statement is a goal. The second statement is an identity. And when your behavior conflicts with your identity, your brain creates discomfort. It wants to close that gap. So when you see yourself as a disciplined person, skipping the gym doesn't just feel inconvenient. It feels wrong. It feels like a betrayal of who you are. That psychological friction, that's more powerful than any motivational video you'll ever watch. The protocol. Okay, so now you understand why motivation fades and why willpower alone doesn't work. Let's talk about what actually does work. Here is a practical, step-by-step protocol you can start today. Step 1. Define your identity first. Before you set any goals, ask yourself this question. Who is the person I want to become? Not what do I want to achieve. Who do I want to be? Write it down. Something like, I am someone who shows up every day, no matter what. Or, I am someone who prioritizes their health. Or, I am a person who does hard things. Say it out loud. Put it somewhere you can see it. Your brain needs to hear this repeatedly before it starts to believe it. This is not fluffy affirmation stuff. This is identity programming. And it works. Step 2. Design your environment. Stephen Bartlett talks about this constantly. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Full stop. If you want to read more, put a book on your pillow. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. If you want to work out in the morning, sleep in your gym clothes. Make the right choice the easy choice. Make the wrong choice the hard choice. You're not relying on willpower here. You're engineering your surroundings to do the heavy lifting for you. Step 3. Use the 2-minute rule. This comes straight out of the habit research. When you don't feel like doing something, commit to just 2 minutes of it. That's it. 2 minutes of working out. 2 minutes of writing. 2 minutes of studying. Here's why this works. Starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum kicks in. Your brain shifts gears. And most of the time, those 2 minutes turn into 20. But even if they don't, you still showed up. And showing up is what builds the identity. Step 4. Stack your habits. Attach new behaviors to things you already do automatically. This is called habit stacking, and it's one of the most well-researched behavior change techniques out there. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will journal for 5 minutes. After I sit down at my desk, I will write my top 3 priorities for the day. After I brush my teeth at night, I will read for 10 minutes. You're using existing habits as anchors for new ones. This dramatically reduces the mental effort required to get started. Step 5. Track and celebrate small wins. Get a simple calendar. Physical or digital, doesn't matter. Every day you complete your habit, put an X on that day. Your only job becomes not breaking the chain. And here's the critical part that most people skip. Celebrate small wins. Not with food or Netflix. With acknowledgement. Tell yourself out loud, I did it. I showed up. That tiny moment of recognition triggers a dopamine release that actually reinforces the behavior in your brain. You're literally rewiring your neurology with a simple moment of self-acknowledgement. That's not soft. That's science. Common mistakes. Let's talk about the mistakes people make, because even with the right information, there are a few traps that will derail you. Mistake number 1. Going too big too fast. Everyone wants the dramatic transformation. They go from 0 workouts to 6 days a week, 0 pages to writing 1,000 words a day. And then when they miss 1 day, the whole thing collapses. Start smaller than you think you need to. Embarrassingly small. 1 push-up, 1 paragraph, 5 minutes. The goal in the beginning is not results. The goal is proof that you can show up. Once you have that proof, you scale up. Mistake number 2. Relying on motivation for hard days. Hard days are going to come. Days when everything feels heavy, nothing is going right, and the last thing you want to do is the thing you committed to doing. Those days are not the exception. They are the test. On those days, don't ask yourself how you feel. Ask yourself who you are. Go back to your identity statement. I am someone who shows up no matter what. And then do the minimum, even if it's just 2 minutes. Show up. Mistake number 3. Not having a why that's deep enough. A lot of people set goals without understanding why those goals actually matter to them. And when things get hard, a shallow why is not enough to keep you going. Simon Sinek talks about this. Stephen Bartlett talks about this. Your why needs to be emotional. It needs to connect to something deeper than just looking better or making more money. Ask yourself, why do I really want this? And then ask why again. And again, dig until you hit something that actually moves you. That's your real why. And that's what will carry you through the hard days. Mistake number 4. Treating missed days as failures. Missing 1 day is not the problem. Missing 2 days in a row is where habits die. Research shows that a single missed day has almost 0 impact on long-term habit formation. But 2 consecutive missed days creates a new pattern. So your rule should be simple. Never miss twice. 1 missed day is human. 2 missed days is a choice. Closing. Here's the bottom line. Motivation is a wave. It comes, it goes, and you have absolutely no control over when it shows up. But discipline is a structure you build. It's the systems, the environment, the identity, and the habits that keep you moving even when every part of you wants to stop. The people who Stephen Bartlett interviews on The Diary of a CEO, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the scientists, the artists who have built extraordinary lives, they are not more motivated than you. They are more disciplined. They have built systems that work even on the days when they feel like doing absolutely nothing. And you can build those systems too. Starting today, starting with 1 small step, starting with a decision about who you are. Because at the end of the day, you don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your systems. So build better systems. If you're going to try this protocol today, comment the word protocol down below. I read every single comment, and I want to know you're in. Share this with someone who needs to hear it right now. And if you want more science-backed strategies for building the life you actually want, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, small consistent actions compound over time. Comment protocol if you're going to try this today. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.